Senator Markwayne Mullin serves on the Armed Services and Appropriations Committees. Good to see you today. I want to throw another example out there. President Joe Biden cited Article 2 in 2021 after he ordered strikes in Iraq and Syria that he said were targeting Iranian-backed militia groups responsible for recent attacks on U.S. personnel in Iraq. So these aren't the first steps like this that we've seen. I've got a whole list here.
Well, in 2016, Harris, Barack Obama dropped 26,000 bombs in 6 different countries, and not one time did the Democrats say that he needed to come to Congress to inform or ask permission. The truth is, this Kane War Power Act is only the 11th time it's been used in the history of the 50 years of it being available. What's interesting about that is 5 of the 11 has been done this year. Not one time has it been done underneath the Obama administration or the Biden administration. And I want to answer this to Harris, if I can. Hakeem Jeffrey said that Libya is much different than Iran. Yes, I'll agree with that. Libya wasn't a direct threat to us. That was during the Arab Spring. Gaddafi was, yes, a nuisance. Yes, he was a problem, but he wasn't being the world's sponsor of terror like the Ayatollah in this murderous regime. He hadn't been attacking us for 40 years since November of 1979 all the way up until last year. There's a huge difference. Iran is and was a threat to us, and they had killed and injured thousands of Americans for 47 years, and President Trump is the first president through 7 presidencies to finally have the backbone to end the threat.
Well, look, as you get ready for, or we all are going to get ready to watch this vote around 4 p.m. Eastern today, what should we expect? We know John Fetterman, and I think it falls along just a majority, but wouldn't you hope it would be more than one Democrat who would join this?
You would, because they're not arguing the fact that Iran was a threat to us. They're not arguing the fact that every president since 1979 has been warning about the aggressive behavior of Iran. They can't even argue the fact that Iran was actively trying to get a nuclear weapon, actively building their missile arson, and it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when they were going to try to hit our homeland, because they'd been hitting our assets all around the region. And so they're not arguing the fact that it needs to be done. The difference between now and say the past president, whether it may be it Biden or be it Obama, it's the person that took the action. They just hate President Trump, no matter what he's doing. And this should be a time we should rally around the President of the United States for protecting our interest home and abroad and getting rid of the person that's been coming after us for 47 years with proxy terrorist groups, plus directly affecting us every single day.
Look, I had a former Iranian hostage on yesterday. He was actually the youngest taken at the time in 1979, 20 years old. And I was watching his X feed today. He's rooting for America. He's rooting for the president. Of course, you root for your country.
Of course
interesting,
you do.
Yeah, I mean, interesting.
Unless you're part of this Democrat, unless you're part of this Democrat Party.
Thank you. Thousands of Americans.